Welcome to another episode of Bargain Saturdays, and this week I decided to take a look at Dinotopia, Quest for the Ruby Sunstone, put out there by Hallmark Entertainment, in order to follow up on the hit miniseries, Dinotopia. And this is the full cut version, so it's 4 hours long, unlike the abomination I previously reviewed, which was the cut version of this. So, much better in my opinion, since, it's not missing, hours of content. But for now, we're talking about this film. And this film is just not that good. It's not very good at all. For starters, the film has a lot of cartoon violence in it. I mean, not gory violence, so it feels like it's aimed at a much older and mature audience. I mean just your standard cartoon violence, like bumps popping up out of the head, from a hard hit, or, you can have your neck broken, but it doesn't cause bleeding or anything, nor does it kill you, which makes no sense. So the movie's definitely divorcing itself from, the miniseries and trying to be a bit more realistic, and it's just like, let's just go full-on Wile E. Coyote. But then, we gotta throw in some double entendres to keep the adults entertained while they're watching the film, so let's have 26 make a joke about how one of our friends is just too much girl for one boy to handle. I'm like, come on, movie. Seriously, I've seen much bigger girls in various anime, okay? If you're gonna make a joke like that, at least use a sauropod when you're doing it. So we're talking about a girl that literally, towers over most of the trees. Like a walking behemoth. And besides, if the movie can make jokes like that, does that mean I can make my own, double entendre joke? The best thing about being a Triceratops? You're always horny. And besides, 26 definitely comes across like that when we first meet her anyway. Considering how much time she spends, trying to hit on Kex with how cute he is. Like, seriously, is she just thirsty for Kex? If so, why? You just met him on a beach. You just washed ashore and you found him. You've known him for all of, I don't know, not even 5 minutes, and you're already trying to make a pass at him. Why, movie? Why? Ugh. I know she's supposed to be the fun party girl, but it doesn't mean you have to make it seem like she wants to sleep with everything that moves. But yeah, I just do not care for that characterization for 26, our beloved Triceratops from the hit miniseries. I mean, come on, you could have done better, movie. Much better. Outside of that, we also have a plot that just feels a bit weird in Dinotopia. I mean, I know a lot of the plot lines and stuff can involve the Sunstones, and you're talking about a lot of the children's books that are written about the series, because I've read quite a few of those. I haven't read the original 2 books, ironically enough, so my introduction to the series is from, much shorter children's-aimed novels. So seeing the Sunstones being a central plot point isn't unusual, but the fact that the Ruby Sunstone makes Malcolm McDowell's villain character immortal just comes across as bizarre, because you're like, why does the Ruby Sunstone grant him immortality? Does just touching the Ruby Sunstone give you immortality, or do you have to use it to make an elixir or something? Did he eat part of the Ruby Sunstone? How does this work? Explain it. Not to mention, just because he's immortal doesn't mean you should have eternal youth, because he's a character who hasn't aged a day despite being trapped, unable to move for, over a century. So you're like, how is this guy not an emaciated, almost wasting away corpse? Because just because you're immortal doesn't mean you can't just waste away, in my opinion. I mean, it does take, energy to run this machine of ours. So, how has he been surviving without food or water? Just because you say he can't die doesn't mean he can't suffer the ill effects of such things. Unless the Ruby Sunstone is a magical energy source that powers him forever, but again, did he eat part of it or something? Explain how this immortality stuff works for him. I really need an explanation, or it just feels like the movie's full of plot holes. It's sort of like, how does his tools work after 100 years, just sitting in a cave rusting away? He just picks up his power tools and he's like, yep, time to get to work making myself some new mechanical monstrosities to take over Dinotopia. And they still work. Why? Why do they still work? Ugh. And how does the Ruby Sunstone allow him to quickly hatch dinosaur eggs to turn them evil? I mean, how does anything with the Ruby Sunstone work? I mean, the best thing they do with the Ruby Sunstone is then use it to set up, the ending for the one for Lord of the Rings, where 26 is like, I'm gonna drop the one true Ruby Sunstone into the lava! And Uchther, or how you want to pronounce his stupid name, is just like, well, you're gonna need that stone to charge up the other Sunstones, and 26 is like, really? And then he steals it. Then she just knocks him into the lava, you know, because, like, screw him. And I guess everyone at the end of the film is like, well, he'll be back someday. Like, he's encased in lava. Like, how's he gonna get out? You're like, you guys gonna dig him out? Why are you gonna dig him out? Just leave him in the lava. Forever. Or is he just gonna climb out of the lava while in his suit? Because I assume the lava would harden, because apparently it was the Sunstone, Ruby Sunstone is causing the volcano to become active. So if it's trapped within the lava, we're gonna assume it becomes unactive and hardens, and he's now stuck underneath several feet of lava in a dormant volcano to never bother anyone again. Ugh. Like, seriously, don't hint at, you know, there being a follow-up movie, because I don't want one. Like, we have just insertions of weird musical numbers, all these glaring plot holes around this magical sunstone, and there's just a bunch of messing with the lore as well, since we never see Kex go to Waterfall City. This is the first thing you always do in any Dinotopia book if you're a new arrival. You go to Waterfall City. We only see this Waterfall City in this movie, you know, when they're gathering the great wise men all over Dinotopia with their funny hats to discuss, you know, what's causing all the sunstones to fail. And someone's like, well, it's probably that evil villain, you know, we got rid of, you know, like a couple centuries ago, or was it a century ago? I forget when, you know, I'm an old dinosaur, but yeah, he's probably coming back, and we need to come up with a plan to deal with this guy, or he's gonna expose Dinotopia to the world and forever change our way of life. So it's just like, ugh. So yeah, you got breaking from lore, you got weird magical powers and sort of. So if you're a fan of the lore of Dinotopia, you're gonna get upset because the film just doesn't really use any of it very well at all. Like, it doesn't really explain how Scalies is such a massive insult to dinosaurs or anything. They're like, just run with it. Ugh. And then there's other parts of the film that are just super predictable. Ugh. Honestly, probably the best moment of the film's this little bit.
Or there's what's behind the door.
There's a choice?
There's always a choice.
Huh?
Choose wisely.
We want to be moronic gods!
Wise decisions.
This is a film that's just best avoided. Like, if you're a fan of Dinotopia, this movie's just gonna probably piss you off. If you need something to watch Dinotopia related, watch this. Till next time, then. See ya.
Fine! I can take care of myself! One question, though. Where are we? What time's dinner? Anybody remember to bring my blankie? And boy, do I gotta go! La 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 la. You're right, he is a spaz. Hey, you don't think this is poison ivy, do you?